Hello, my friends. How is your beautiful fall day going? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm here with fall season recommendations. I know I'm a little bit late, but here we are. Some of these books I have already recommended, but I just thought, why not? And also, I thought not only recommend books, but I don't know, some music for fall season, like everything fall. Let's just talk about them and recommend and give suggestions to each other, As always, let's start with books. I thought I should make this video into sections because I usually read dark romance books, but also I really like thrillers, and for fall season I feel like thrillers and horror books are things that usually people go and read about. So if you want to talk about thriller, I'm going to recommend two books that I am sure everybody and their mother has already read. Verity and Housemaid. I read Housemaid recently in a reading vlog that's going to come out soon, hopefully. And I read Verity 2 years ago, and both of these books they are like they have the same theme. A house worker, a girl goes to this house to clean, and there are some secrets in the house, and both of them are really good. I think Verity had a little bit more of a mystery horror element than Housemaid, but I loved both of them. I think I gave Verity 4 or 5 stars. I gave Housemaid 3 stars, which is very good. So also, One of Us is Lying is a good thriller YA book. I really enjoyed it. It's a very good book, not very dark, not very boring. I think it's a perfect start for fall and like spooky season. I'm also reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is like very mellow. I think it's very easy to read. Not anything creepy is happening. It's basically mystery solving. A girl is doing a school project about a case that happened 5 years ago, and so a girl was murdered. A girl went missing. The most popular beautiful girl of the town went missing, and her boyfriend was convicted, but because he killed himself, and he in his last hour he gave a message to his father that they call a confession. But our girl Pippa is not so sure about it, and she's kind of trying to prove that he wasn't guilty, the boyfriend wasn't guilty, through doing her project. And it's very cute. I got a lot of Pretty Little Liar vibes, so yeah, if you want to go for it, read it. It's very cute. It's a very cute mystery fall book. Now, if you want to go to the horror section, I always go for Stephen King. I'm not very experienced with horror books because I am a scaredy cat and I get really scared. I get scared easily. So I don't read a lot of horror books, but one horror book that I really liked was from Stephen King, Misery, and I love it so much. I think it's a perfect start to a Stephen King collection. Okay, you might laugh, but usually in the fall season I go for comic books, especially like DC. There's this collection that's called Batman Laughs, The Batman Who Laughs, and I think it's such a perfect horror comic book for fall. And I have these YouTube channels that I go watch, some men or like a woman retelling the story or like reading from the comic book. It's just so fun. I really recommend, if you're like me, a scary cat, and you're not really into horror novels, this is such a good, I don't know, it really puts you in the mood for fall and like, Halloween. So let's go to my favorite section, dark romance books. And I have a lot to recommend. First of all is my girl Carrie Lake, The Master of Salt and Bone. She has so many books that have like a mystery element to them, but I feel like this book specifically is so great for fall season. Like the atmosphere, the story. I have talked about this book hundreds of times before. It's about a girl who is very I can't say well known, but she's known in this small town, and she kind of cannot handle it, so she decides to go work for this man who lives a little bit out of town, and she decides to go work for him, and he's like one of the people that the town calls him the devil. And so she starts to go and work there, and everything starts from there. Like the house is on, I think it's like on a cliff and near the ocean. It's just so good. I really recommend it. It's a really good. Please go read this book. Carrie Lake is such an underrated author. She is so good. If you read her books, one of her books, you are going to read all of them. She's just so good. My other favorite, oh my god, I'm probably going to reread this book this season, this fall, and that's none other than Dirty Girls by Lily White. Oh, I love this book so much. It is creepy, it has mystery, it is dark, it is interesting. It's just so good. I don't know why people are not reading and talking about this book. It's so good. It's about this girl who lives in this town, small town, and some girls start to go missing, and then their bodies are found. I know. And like their bodies are found very clean, the makeup is done, but like it is freaking the town out because they don't know who it is. So an FBI agent moves to this town to try to solve this mystery. But the girl has a brother, right? And his friend has been in the prison for several years now, and he just got released. And like the girl and the brother's best friend, they have a history, and it's just so good. This book is really, really good. We have multiple POVs, and it is perfect for this season, and I really highly recommend. The next one, it is a dark rom. It is like in the category of dark romance. It is not as dark as other books that I have read, but it's so good. It is called It Just Had to Be You. It Just Had to Be You. It is a bully romance, but it's not that dark, but we have some racial elements to the bullying, but it's so good. Like the redemption for the hero, it's everything. I loved the girl in this book. I love the ending. I love the whole story, and I went in blind. I didn't expect what happened to me. And you know, Mortimer just released a video, and she talked about Untouchable, which was one of my recommendations actually. She said that how this is the best bully romance, and if you read it, you are not going to love any other bully romances. But she's wrong. Like Untouchable is great, but she's wrong because she has not read It Just Had to Be You and Bad Apple, because these are bully romances too, and I absolutely love them so much. So we have 3 recommendations here. Untouchable, so good. I loved the main hero so much. I love this book because, like, you know, the couple really talked. I love when it's not just sexual. You know, some books you read and they are just sexual, and it gets so boring, and I'm just like, okay, just finish the book already. But this couple, they actually talked about their problems, about so many things, and I loved it so much. And there was this scene that the main guy hero, what was his name, Carter, he actually was thinking about what she was saying, and he was amazing. I really liked him. He was also a psycho, so loved him so much. Go read this book. Very dark. It Just Had to Be You that I talked about. Please go read this book. And Bad Apple that I have talked about so many times in my channel. This is such a good book, great heroine, absolutely awful hero, and I am all for this series. I'm not going to talk about it so much because I already talked about it too many times in my other videos, but it's basically about this girl that is poor and she has this mission to go and spy on this very rich guy. That's about all I can say. It's so good. Go read it. The next book that I want to recommend is Downfall, that I read recently. This is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. It was a good book. Like, it was all rich mafia vibes, and I liked the main hero. His name was Roman. Such a nice name. But as I said, this is one of those books that just insta love, very sexual. I kind of got bored, 3 stars, but 3 stars is a good rating because I am recommending it. But, you know, based on these other books, it's like, you know. And for the last one, it's the book that I just finished. It's so good, from a random author that I found on Goodreads, and I just started reading the book and I just loved it. And it's a trilogy, and just one book is out, and I am so obsessed with her. I think everybody needs to talk about this author. I just loved every second of this book. This book is called Insatiable, if I'm not mistaken, and it's so good. I swooned for Kate. Oh my god, you know, when I was reading this book, I thought to myself, it has been a very long time that I felt like this for a story, for a hero. I felt butterflies in my stomach. I felt so connected. I was so in the book, and it has been such a long time that I was very disappointed. I thought I'm going to kind of be like, you know, I thought I am kind of insensitized with, you know, books, but this book proved me wrong. It is about a boy whose name is called Kate, my love, absolute book boyfriend. So his father is a psychopath that is a serial killer and is in an institution in America. Cade kind of is like his father, a little bit different, but he's kind of like a psychopath, so he doesn't really understand some feelings. But he meets this girl who is his twin sister's best friend, and her name is Stacy. Wow, I remember the names. That's how you know how good this book is. So, like, he meets her and he kind of feels something. He feels intrigued, not like an insta love, but he feels intrigued. So he starts teasing her, and by the age of 18, they start their relationship. But something happens, and it's 2 years fast forward, and they kind of are meeting each other again. So many questions are unanswered, and so many mysteries are there. So many fucked up things happen to both of them, and I just loved it so much. I loved the storyline. I loved the guy. He had everything that I like in my dark romance books. There was this scene, the first scene, that they see each other after 2 years, and she comes out of a one-night stand, right? And she sits in the car, and he's very quiet. Even before they were in a relationship, he was very quiet, and he's kind of not looking at her. He's just on his phone texting, and she kind of tries to have a small talk with him. He does not budge, and he doesn't start driving to take her to her house. And she's just like, okay, I'm getting an Uber, and she unlocks her seatbelt to get out of the car, and he does not look at her, does not say anything, just takes the belt, puts it in place, and starts the car. I don't know why that's so hot for me. It's just so hot. I love Kate so much. I am in love with him. I need a boyfriend. I need Kate right now, please. I say that he's an absolute psychopath. He's just crazy. You need to read. I cannot say anything because I'm going to spoil it. You need to read. He's an absolute crazy person. And I went and checked this author's other books. There's a book that's coming on October 29th, I think. It's about another couple, entirely different book that I cannot wait. But the second book, To Insatiable, comes out November and I cannot wait. So if by any chance, I know it's just so far-fetched, but if by any chance this author is seeing this video, please, if you can, hurry it up because I cannot wait. I am thinking about it. I finished it last week, finished the book last week, and I'm still thinking about it. It was so good. You have no idea. It was really, really good. I think that's it, my recommendations. It goes without saying that I think the fall season is the season to read Harry Potter and watch Harry Potter movies. So that's what I'm going to do. But I also want to watch different shows. There are so many shows, fall shows, that I have not watched. Gilmore Girls, I have never watched it. But one show that I started in summer, but I feel like it has such a fall vibe. And I always related to the character is Anne Shirley. And with the Persian voice acting, oh my god, I feel like I hope I can put like a sample for you so you can hear the like the voice actors. They're just so good. I think Anne Shirley is such a good mood, such a good show for fall. I also watch a lot of, I think like the fall season is my classic movie, classic show era. I love them so much. So I'm probably going to watch one classic movie that I always go back to is Daddy Long Legs. They dance in it, they sing in it. It's just so great. I love the clothes, I love the makeup, I love everything. I don't watch a lot of anime, but I think I'm going to start Attack on Titan this fall. One of my students told me, teacher is very good. One of my best friends says it's really good, and my student put the first episode on in our session and I was hooked, so I may watch it. I don't really have any other recommendations for shows. There are some shows that are suggested in Instagram that I saved and maybe I'm going to watch them. If you have any recommendations for me, please tell me. But yeah, there are some songs that I'm going to put the screenshot of them here that I either listened in fall season or they just give me some vibe that they belong to fall that I want to recommend, because if you're like me and you read books and you listen to music at the same time, they are just so good, and I kind of feel I feel compelled to tell everybody to listen to these songs because they are really, really good. And of course, when it's fall or basically any season, you need to listen to a lot of Lana Del Rey songs. So here are my recommendations for fall. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. Fall is the season that I really flourish and I am just so happy this fall. Last year was not a very good year, especially at this time, but this year is very different and I just feel like it's going to be a good season and I hope that's the same for you. I hope everybody's happy and I hope to see you in my next video, my loves. Take care and bye.